Okay, today I want to discuss gains again because I missed something very important on the last video, and that is related to mostly DSP amps and low power amplifiers. I used to have a DSP amp, beautiful Helix P6. The sound on that thing is just incredible, but my issue was the lack of power, so I sold it and now I regret it. I still have a low power amp, but it's a little bit better. But because of that, I want to cover this. And this is something that you can still do in REW, but it's easier to do it with my flatliner tuning tool. So let me cover that from within the tool. So let's go to the computer. And I've already done this video several times and I keep running into issues. So let's go to start again. And I don't need to do anything here. We already have a tuning curve, so I picked my tone bender modded, and we're gonna go to import RTA scans, and we're just going to scan everything. Okay, so I've already started and I failed, so we're gonna change. My computer is pretty basic, so we're gonna change this to 20. If you have a decent computer, you can leave it at 50, or you can move it all the way up to 100. Anything past 100 is pointless, I think. Once your average stabilizes, then you're fine. So since this is for gains only, we're gonna leave it at 20. So I'm gonna go through all the scans and I'm gonna cover all these tuning things. So here, we're done scanning, and I'm going to apply the EQs to the DSP. I'm going to scan again to check the levels. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, I'm applying very aggressive EQs just to prove a point, right? You shouldn't do it like this. Don't do as I do, do as I say. Okay, so let's apply the EQs. So tweeter, we're gonna do this tweeter. Okay, the other tweeter. Okay, left mid. Okay, right mid. Okay, left woofer. This one. Okay, right woofer. This one. Okay, and the subs, I have them linked, so we're gonna apply the same EQ to both channels. Like that. Okay, so we're done with the EQ. It's that simple. Now we're going to scan again to see how it sounds like with the EQs applied. Okay, so stand by. Okay, so this is an exaggerated example of losing gains through EQ. Okay, so how do you gain that back? First thing that you need to do is you need to level match. So what I've done with this software is I find what your weakest link is, and then I move the target curve that is here below. I move the target curve up to the weakest link, and then I take all of the other drivers and I move the level down to meet the target curve, because you don't want to increase assuming that you have a great gain setting structure and your EQ you didn't cut too much, so you don't want to boost at this point. Okay, so you want to bring everything down to your lowest link and to match your target curve. So that's what the auto match does. So let's click on that. That's it. So now we have the levels matched, and what we're going to do is I have added this other button that is called regain lost level, and what this is going to do is going to look at your previous scan, because I've saved it. It's going to look at the previous scan. It's going to take an average. It's going to take all these scans. It's going to take an average, and it's going to measure the difference. Based on that difference, it's going to look at all the separate, you're going to get a difference in dBs, right? So you can boost 3 dBs, you can boost 1 dB, whatever, however many you can boost. And with that number, then it's going to check out all the drivers, individual drivers on the second scan, on this scan, to see, can I safely boost 3 dBs based on the previous scan? Can I safely boost 3 dBs based, and it's going to go through all of them. And if there's a driver that is pretty low, it's going to tell you, hey, you know, your average difference is 3 dBs, but because of this driver and this driver, you cannot boost 3 dBs. You can only boost 1.5 or 2 dBs. So whatever that is going to protect you from clipping because of the gain. So let's do that and see what it does. So now it's thinking, and so the previous says the original is 44.1 dBs, and this one is 41.1 dBs. So in theory, you should be able to increase it 3 dBs, but that's not what the system is telling you, because here it's telling you that this driver, the front tweeter, you're probably gonna clip it if you increase the full 3 dBs, right? So that's the one driver that is limiting what you can boost, and the software tells you that you can figure this out in REW by moving one at a time and, you know, just doing, but REW, as far as I know, it doesn't do it like this. It doesn't perform these calculations. So, and if I do apply regain, so this level says, for example, minus 1.9, minus 2.3, apply regain is going to apply this 0.09 dBs to everything, like that, right? So it applies the 0.09 to meet that limitation, and that's how this works. So with this, you should be able to gain some of it back without introducing any clipping. So that's it for now, guys. Please, if you like this tool and you want to support me, buy a license on flatlinertuning.com. And I'm still doing remote tunes. If you're not in South Florida, if you're in South Florida and you can come to me, I can do an in-person tune. So hit me up. You can find my contact information on flatlinertuning.com, or your best bet is to connect with me via this YouTube video. Leave a message, or even better, if you can, reach out to Flatliner Tuning on Facebook and send me a message there. Okay, so that's it for now, and I'll see you on the next one.